Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC, offers more value than any other good full-service real estate brokerage firm when it comes to the sale of your home. We offer at least 27 things that contribute to your home selling in the least amount of time at the highest price. To receive our free home selling pamphlet, email us at info@brooksanddavis.com or call 713-665-8329. We also assist people who want to purchase homes or who are interested in getting their real estate license. Visit us at www.brooksanddavis.com.
Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network. I thank everyone for tuning in this week. As always, I'm your host, Ric Davis. If you don't follow me on social media, I would urge you all to do so. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Prime Real Estate Ric. Once again, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Prime Real Estate Ric. It's great to be here with you this week. I missed you all last week. I hope everyone enjoyed their holiday. I hope everyone was able to travel, return to their home destination safely, and I hope everyone enjoyed time with friends and family. This episode this week is a very important and very informative. One of the things I will urge everyone to do who's tuning in this week is to tag, text, or share this episode with any friend, family member, business partner who owns real estate, who owns commercial real estate, or has a business where they have commercial vehicles. Because today we'll be discussing everything that you need to know about insuring and protecting some of your most valuable assets. But I must always remember to introduce my co-host. He is not only one of the most highly successful real estate brokers in the city of Houston, he is also an author and a serial entrepreneur. I would like to welcome everyone and introduce my co-host, Mr. Larry W. Brooks.
What's going on, beautiful people? It is great to be back in front of you. Thank you for that warm introduction, Ric. I missed this platform. I missed the opportunity of just catching up with everyone and laughing and giggling with the guests. But much like you out there, I've been able to watch it on Facebook Live. I'll go and watch where we're streaming at when it comes to our YouTube page, as well as Spotify and some of the other platforms of podcasts that we're on. And so I've missed you. I've had an opportunity to go visit some different places in the world, and this morning I want to point out something. This morning I had an opportunity with Grandparents Love, which is a nonprofit that myself and my grandmother founded. We went over with Teachers of America over to KIP Liberation, which is in Southeast Houston, about 8 blocks from where I was actually raised at, man. So to be able to go back over myself, along with the Grandparents Love board, Ken Williams, Rochelle Bell, and Reginald Lilly on this morning, and just talk to the kids about what it is that we do, you know, how it is that we got from zero to where we are now. So it was a great experience, and just being able to share with those kids. And I just want to send that shout out to KIP Liberation, say thank you for having us. In addition to that, to Teachers of America, you guys are doing amazing things. Continue to come into our communities, continue to make changes with schools like KIP. So of course you guys can follow me on social media at Texas Real Estate King, any platform, and I can always be reached. So I'm excited about today's show, man. And before you go, I have this is a personal friend of mine, and when you guys get the knowledge that she's going to give today, this is going to be overwhelming. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'm super excited too, and I want to publicly congratulate you on your public outreach and some of your community service efforts.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
Not only with Grandparents Love, but I know you do other things that may not be as highly promoted and publicized.
Yeah.
So once again, it's always very, very strong and powerful to see successful entrepreneurs working and giving back, especially to some of the neighborhoods and where they grew up.
Thank you, sir.
So I want to make sure I definitely give you your props for that publicly.
It's important. It's
but
important.
Without any further ado, we have to introduce our guest, our most honorable, one of our most powerful, and as you can say, one of your personal business and professional friends. She is the exclusive agent for Allstate Insurance, but you most likely know her as the Insurance Diva. And for those who know her as the Insurance Diva, you'll be super excited because sitting in on the Prime Real Estate Network podcast this week is Miss Brandy Jackson.
Miss Jackson.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you guys so much for having me. I am honored to be here. It's just an honor to be able to sit on the panel with you guys this morning and share some knowledge about insurance.
You know, and thank you for carving out some time. I know your schedule is very, very busy, but I would be remiss if I didn't ask, how were you able to develop any kind of relationship with this guy? Because one thing I know about working with Larry professionally, and we've known each other for more than 15 years now, is that he is great at networking, marketing, but he's also very, very busy. And anyone that works with Larry professionally, they tend to have that same type of drive. So how does two people who probably live their life ripping and running like Pac-Man
all the time
have enough time to work together and build a business relationship where it could flourish to where it is today?
Absolutely. I'm glad you asked that question. Larry and I met at a networking event.
That's right.
And like you said, we share some of the same drive
and passions.
And
absolutely.
That's what kind of connected us, you know, to have that professional friendship. So I'm very honored and I'm blessed to have people like that I can reach out to. I can pick his brain on certain things. As a business owner, as a new up and coming entrepreneur like myself, you know, I'm brand new. He's been in the industry for years. So I like to have that partnership with people like Larry, you know, so that I can go to him and ask him about, hey, what did you do as far as, you know, X, Y, and Z that helped you get past that hump? So it's amazing to have these type of relationships.
No, because it works. Especially in business. It's funny because in our last episode, we talked a lot about in business how one hand tends to wash the other.
Absolutely.
How there are so many tentacles in business that with the correct network of professionals, you can service your clients on every aspect of a business transaction and be able to refer somebody that's not only knowledgeable, but reputable.
Right.
And that's why it's always a blessing to have professionals like yourself sitting in on the show. So I have to ask, because I want to introduce you to the people who are watching our platform and who may be listening to us on iTunes or Spotify.
Okay.
As the insurance diva, what is all under your umbrella of services that you provide for the public?
Okay. Thank you for asking. I have a full service agency. The Brandy Jackson Agency is the name of my agency. We're located at 1414 South Loop West, right near the NRG Stadium. So we're in the city. When I say full service, we have auto, home, life, and we also have commercial. We do life and retirement. So we have a full service agency. So we protect every aspect of you as an individual, your family, and also your assets.
And I have to ask, because we have a lot of entrepreneurs, business owners, real estate professionals that tune in and watch our podcast.
Right.
And what piqued my interest is when you mentioned commercial.
Yes.
I think a lot of our viewers are fairly understanding of the need to protect their personal assets. But let's talk about some commercial assets.
Okay.
Like commercial vehicles, commercial properties. Could you go into a little about the importance of insuring those things and how you help people get to the point where they know how to get certain coverages for certain parts of their business practice?
Commercial is just as important as your personal. If you are a business owner, the one thing that you want to do is to protect your commercial property and also yourself as a business owner.
Right.
Me being a business owner, I have to have certain insurance that covers my agency as well. Like one of the biggest things that I have to have is E&O insurance, which is errors and omissions.
Right.
You know, so you have to protect you as a business owner and also your assets. Even cover your people.
Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm.
Now, let's reiterate, because that's very, very important that we know. As a small business owner, I don't care if you have one employee or 100 employees. Exactly.
Yes.
You have to protect yourself.
You have to protect yourself on all aspects and your property.
And it's usually like two, right? Because like you got E&O, and then you got if someone comes into your quote-unquote office and slips down. So I can't think of what that one was called, but I know I kept
it's going to be your personal liability.
That's right. So,
yes.
Yeah. It's just
I mean, insurance is something that you can't get away from. And I tell people all the time, it's not a bill, it's an investment.
Yeah.
And trust me, when you need it, it will be there.
And it's for an example. Because I like to give our audience real-world example of where someone would be in the need of your services. One thing in Houston that's been fairly popular in the last 3 to 5 years has been food trucks.
Yes.
Let's say you're a chef and you want to have your own food truck. Can we talk about how important it would be to insure not only the truck itself, but to protect yourself just in case someone
as a business owner?
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's one of the examples, because I think there are people now that are strongly considering in 2019 changing what they're doing professionally.
Okay.
That's correct.
Let's say the thing about starting their first small business. They want to transition into entrepreneurship. And I think a lot of times when you're doing your corporate structure, insurance is one of the last things that people consider when you need to protect yourself. Because you speak to that a little?
Absolutely. I think insurance should be on the forefront and not on the back, because if you don't have it and something happens, you will be in a bad situation. So I think when you think about becoming an entrepreneur, insurance should be something that you should seek first and foremost to make sure that you're covered and your assets are covered. Yeah. You've worked really hard to create, whatever business that you're trying to create, so you need to protect it.
Yeah. Right. And because I look at them on the same guidelines as you look as you create your LLC to protect your business from your personal life, right? So insurance is just one of those same vehicles. I always tell people that good things happen to bad people. It's just accidents. Every day. Things happen, right? Good things happen to bad people, so you don't have to be a bad person for something to happen where you need to access your insurance. So it's better to have that protection than not have that protection.
And can I add something to that? During Harvey, I seen so many of my other fellow agency owners that lost their whole office.
Wow.
I mean, wiped out.
Yep. Nobody
they lost
considered
computers,
that.
They lost desks, they lost everything. Make sure you're properly covered as a business owner, because you will need it at some point.
I testify to that. And I know, and we'll get away from the subject, but the reason why I say I testify to it, in 2008 or 9 is when we had another big storm that came through, and it literally, the storms ripped the roof off the building, and it came down and soaked my entire office. All my computers and everything were lost. And at that time, I was transitioning to another office. Well, I was wanting to transition to another office, and I was not protected.
Oh, wow.
And so,
and you don't want to get caught in a transition like that.
No, needless to say, I have not ever not had it since then.
Absolutely.
Right? So,
it is well worth it. I mean, the money that you spend for those policies, I can guarantee you will thank me later for sharing this with you, that it is very important to carry that commercial insurance.
And the thing is, this is because when I was doing some studying about the insurance industry leading up to the show, what I found out is that there's a very high percentage of people who are insured, but they're underinsured.
Absolutely.
They don't have insurance to match the value of the things that they're attempting to protect.
And that is correct.
So what I would like for you to talk about is, because when I was studying your background and looking at some of your professional accomplishments, something that I noticed online is that you have a program where you speak of insurance as the gift that keeps on giving.
Absolutely.
And with the holiday season being upon us, is insurance something that someone who could be watching our podcast today or listening to it, is that something that you could purchase for another individual and pass on? Is that something that you can actually truly gift to someone for, i.e. Christmas, anniversaries, or birthdays?
Absolutely it is. As you looked at my ad and it says the gift that keeps giving, the reason why we came up with that slogan is because it is a gift that keeps giving. Last year for Christmas, instead of buying my children tangible things that I knew in a month they would throw away, I bought them life insurance policies. And big life insurance policies. And it was an investment that keeps on giving. I look at my son, he's fairly young, and so when he gets older, he's going to thank me later for investing in that policy for him. And that's a gift that's going to keep on giving as he gets older. He can use that money, because there are living benefits when you purchase life insurance policies.
Absolutely. It is.
So when he gets ready to go off to college, open a business, whatever he wants that money for, it's going to be sitting there. So it's an investment that keeps on giving over the years. And so that's the reason why we came up with the slogan. We have grandparents that purchase policies for their grandchildren. We have parents like myself that purchase for their younger children, so that way it grows over the years. So it's one of those gifts that just keeps on giving throughout their life. And if it's a whole life policy, guess what? It's going to carry them their whole entire life. So each and every step of the way, that policy is there to keep giving. And even if they have a hardship later on in life, they can use that same policy to pull money out and help them get past that hump. So it is a gift.
And let's talk about some of the things that people may look at as an obstacle to accomplishing what we're discussing. Let's talk about how insurance is more affordable the younger the person is that's being insured.
Glad you brought that up.
So please, could you talk to everyone who may be listening and watching us about how a grandparent who's buying insurance as a gift for a newborn child or a young child, could you talk to how inexpensive and affordable something like that can be?
Absolutely. The younger the individual are, of course, the rates are much better.
Right.
I talk to each and every client that's on my book every single day about getting life insurance while you're young because it's very affordable. And also, too, you can have life insurance on a baby as young as 14 days old.
Wow.
So a lot of individuals, they actually have babies and they call me 14 days and get those policies, and they'll last throughout their whole entire life.
Wow.
And that rate stays with them. So the younger you are, the better the rates are.
No, that's outstanding. So just to make sure we're clear,
Okay.
with Christmas being less than a month away,
Okay.
it is possible for someone to contact you today,
Absolutely.
schedule a consultation,
Yes.
and have a life insurance policy ready and prepared for as a gift in time for Christmas.
It takes 5 business days for those policies to issue. So give me a call and I'll be happy to take care of you.
No, and I thank you so much, because if you wouldn't mind, I'm very interested, and I'm sure everyone who's viewing this episode is interested in a little bit of your business background.
Absolutely.
How you were able to involve and build your entrepreneurship and also build your brand and also build your insurance company. So if you wouldn't mind, when we come back from our break, I want to go into a little bit about the mortgage diva, the insurance diva, and where it is that she's evolved from and who has been some of your inspirations and mentors.
Okay. I have it.
So please stay tuned. We're going to have a short break to hear a message from our sponsor, and we'll be back to the Prime Real Estate Network.
Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC, offers more value than any other good full-service real estate brokerage firm when it comes to the sale of your home. We offer at least 27 things that contribute to your home selling in the least amount of time at the highest price. To receive our free home selling pamphlet, email us at info@brooksanddavis.com or call 713-665-8329. We also assist people who want to purchase homes or who are interested in getting their real estate license. Visit us at www.brooksanddavis.com.
That got you. What made you decide to go in that direction? Well, welcome back. So we are here. We're here with Brandy Jackson, Insurance Diva, my co-host Ricardo Davis, and of course you beautiful people that have been with us, supporting us, and we want to continue to ask you to continue to share. Make sure you follow us on each of our different platforms, because that information that we're able to get out to your friends, family members, and those that may be interested in these industries that we bring on. So as Rick was saying just before we went to break, we want to ask the Insurance Diva a little bit about what got her into insurance, and some of her background, some of the people that she may look up to as mentors that have given her some direction as we go forward.
Thank you. So, of course, my background is corporate. Came from a company. I was there for 16 years.
Wow.
And decided to take an early retirement to pursue my dream.
Okay. I like the way you say that, early retirement.
Early retirement. Right. That's what it was. I gave them my time.
Yeah.
Right.
So I had been asked years before, hey, why don't you look into getting into the insurance industry? I was in sales at the company that I worked for, and they thought I'd be great. So I wanted to find something where I can leave a legacy for my family.
Yeah.
What can I get into that's going to be residual and that I can pass on to my children, my grandchildren? And I have a friend that worked in the insurance industry for years, and she said, look into it. I looked into it, and I said, you know what? I'm going to pray on this because I can help people in return. Right. And so in this industry, that's been one of the most rewarding things, is seeing the smile on people's faces, getting the emails, getting the text messages, getting the phone calls saying, thank you for being there.
Wow.
Thank you for being a great agent.
Yeah.
You know, the level of customer service was immaculate. So that's one of the things that kind of keeps me going. But yeah, I left a corporate job. I went into the industry. One of the things that I would share with other up-and-come entrepreneurs, if you want to get into a certain field or industry, and this is what I did, is go work for someone in the industry that you want to be in. Learn the processes. Learn everything that you need to learn so that when you walk out and on your own, you can help your people.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing about it, because if you come in and learn the act of service, that's what I always say, because I talk to my agents about it all the time. I'm like, hey, you got to come in, do acts of service, do things for other people so that you're putting in your time, so that when it's your turn, you'll be able to teach and say to someone else where you did your time. You once served someone in order to understand how to become this chief or this leader that people look up to. Yeah.
And I believe as a leader, that's one of the things that, like you said, act of service. Service is so important. I worked for another brand new agency owner. I helped her build her business.
That's right.
And I think, that was, truly a blessing, because not only was I serving her, but I actually learned so much.
That's right. That's how it's supposed to work.
That's how it works out.
Yes.
But I want to touch on some of your community outreach efforts, because I know through study and research of not only you, but your personal brand and some of your business ventures and corporate ventures. Could you talk to us about your passion for community service, community outreach, and some of the organizations that you're working with currently?
Of course, community is big to me, being able to get out into the community, because it's been a point in my life where I wanted to give and I couldn't.
Yeah. Wow.
So right now, today, it just enlightens me to be able to give back to my community. Earlier this year, we went over to Scarborough Elementary on the north side of Houston, which I'm a native North Sidean.
Yeah, I'm North Side
And
life.
I'm North Side.
So in Houston, we got this thing that we call a North Sideans. We call them North. So they're from the North.
You are so
That's
outnumbered.
exactly where we're from.
Be easy. You outnumbered in here, my
That's
dude.
exactly where I'm from. And
The North. Okay.
I was so emotional. We went out and we were able to donate quite a bit of money as an organization with Allstate to give back to redo a library that was totally destroyed during Harvey for these children.
That is amazing, yeah.
And to see their faces light up when they walked in and seen the brand new library that we created and that we donated for, it just made me feel so great. And I came up out of that same community. So being able to give back to the place that I came from, it was amazing.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
It was amazing. Yeah. And another organization that I really, really believe in is Women of Icon. They're a really, really great organization. They give back to the community all the time. They give scholarships to high school students every year. And they're one of the biggest organizations that I actually give back to. I sponsor a lot of their events. And if you guys would like to be a sponsor, you can reach out to them on iconscares.org. And that's where they actually take donations to give back to the children.
Wow.
Can we discuss a little about some of the work you do where you're assisting victims of domestic violence?
Absolutely.
Some of the things that you do to help them become whole again, get themselves back on their feet, help to build their self-esteem, because I think that's something that's very powerful, and I think that's something that I know personally you might not necessarily want to toot your own horn on about, but I think that's some of the work that is absolutely essential, because domestic violence and things of that nature is so prevalent, but nobody talks about how to help the victims after they're out of the situation.
Absolutely.
Because you're not going to just flip a switch and change everything. It's a gradual thing. So could you speak on some of the work you're doing with those families?
Absolutely. Allstate has a foundation called the Purple Purse Foundation, and I am one of the agents that actually donates and gives back to that organization. And the reason why, I lost a friend to domestic violence.
Wow.
And so that is a really near and dear type organization that I totally believe in. A lot of people don't like to talk about it, but it is, like you said, it's very prevalent. And I think it's something that we need to talk about more.
Absolutely.
But I do give back to their organization. I actually have a box set up in my office every year during Domestic Violence Month, and we give back toiletries and things to the Women's and Children's Shelter here in Houston. So the Purple Purse Foundation is just one of the things that we do at our agency and to give back to the community.
That's really strong, and it's an outstanding look. Because as I was doing some of my research into your professional background and some of the things that you do in the community, what I noticed about your brand and your organization is that you cover all the bases. You make sure you reach out to people in the community, but then you also provide consultations, you do education, and a lot of times when people see entrepreneurs and business people and they are promoting their services, they don't always get that full 24/7, 365 support from all angles. So how is it, and who inspired you to build your business in a way where you could provide that above and beyond customer service? Is that something that you observed from another business professional, or is that something that you learned throughout education and experience?
Absolutely. That's a great question, and I'm glad that you asked me that. It's funny that Mr. Brooks over here invited me to come on the show. To be honest, he's someone that I totally am inspired by. He's been a long-time business owner for himself, which is amazing, and I see how much he's out in the community. I see how he makes most of the networking events that he's invited to. If he gives you his word, he's going to be there, and to me, that's amazing. And those are attributes that I looked at him as and said, you know what? I'm trying to get where he is. And I'm so glad to have a connection with someone like Mr. Brooks, because I see it. I see the work that you're putting in. It's not easy. Everybody on social media, they look at us and they say, oh, that looks so easy, but it's not.
They don't get it.
They don't get it.
Man,
they don't get the
that.
sleepless nights and the early mornings and the late nights, you know. And when I look at you and I say to myself, I'm going to be him one day. I'm going to be in business for 20 plus years.
I appreciate that, V.
And that's outstanding. And I thank you so much for your candor. And
thank you for those kind words. Like that chokes me up, because, you know, like you said, B, the work that's put in, people don't see it. And like you said, I'm out and I see you at events, and I'm pretty sure I'll see you at the event that's taking place tonight. Like, it's just different events that take place, and we're always there. And man, I appreciate that. Like those kind words. I appreciate
welcome.
That.
Thank you.
I want to thank you all, because when we come back from our short break, we're going to go into Mr. Larry Brooks's Real Estate Mythbuster of the Week.
Absolutely.
So I'm really excited about that, because I think this Mythbuster is something that everyone needs to hear and share with friends and family. So if you work with us on that, I'd appreciate it. Everyone, stay tuned to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. We're going to take a break for a short message from our sponsor, and we'll be right back.
Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC, offers more value than any other good full-service real estate brokerage firm when it comes to the sale of your home. We offer at least 27 things that contribute to your home selling in the least amount of time at the highest price. To receive our free home selling pamphlet, email us at info@brooksanddavis.com or call 713-665-8329. We also assist people who want to purchase homes or who are interested in getting their real estate license. Visit us at www.brooksanddavis.com.
Welcome back to the Prime Real Estate Network. I'm your host, Rick Davis. Today we have Miss Brandy Jackson, the insurance diva, here on our show. Miss Jackson, we've shared a lot of great information today about insurance, how they can buy life insurance for friends, family, nieces, nephews as a gift.
Yes.
For people who want to schedule a consultation to discuss their insurance needs with you, how can you be reached, ma'am?
You can reach Miss Brandy Jackson on Facebook as Brandy Jackson, that's with a Y. My Instagram page is The Insurance Diva. You can also reach me at my office number, 713-467-3482. My email is brandy.jackson@allstate.com. And you can also come by the office. We're at 1414 South Loop West, Suite 140, and that's in Houston 77054, and we're located right by the NRG Stadium.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Well, it's the time of the show where Mr. Larry Brooks is going to dispel some rumors and myths that you might have heard about business, real estate, and/or insurance. So, Mr. Brooks, let's get started with your real estate mythbuster, sir.
Well, so, you know, because we have the insurance diva on, and we're in the city of Houston, which we've had our challenges with our storms and some of our weather system over the last few years, I'd like to say. One of the things I wanted to reach out to you and just say, Brandy, what do you think some of the mythbusters is when it comes to flood insurance and things of that matter?
I'm glad you asked that question. That's one of the most frequent misconceptions that a lot of people have about flood insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Flood insurance is basically not covered in any insurance policy. It is a totally separate policy. It's not covered in your homeowners.
Mm-hmm.
It's not covered in your commercial policy. It's not covered in your renter's policy. So if you're leasing a home from someone, you need to have a separate policy, which is completely separate from any other insurance policy that you have.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
And, you know, and that's something that I think, especially in the area where we reside,
Mm-hmm.
it is of extreme importance to grasp flood insurance, how not to be underinsured, and how to evaluate your property and the things and the contents of your home. So thank you so much. As always, I want to thank everyone for tuning into the Prime Real Estate Network. If you would like to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, I urge everyone to go to our website at brooksanddavis.com. Feel free to follow me on social media at Prime Real Estate Rick. That'll allow you to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. By following me on social media, you'll have access to past episodes, and I'll be able to keep everyone updated when new episodes debut. And before we leave this week, I want to urge everyone, if you are interested in learning more about the 100 Home Initiative that I'm creating in partnership with Home Partners of America and their right to purchase plan, give me a call at 469-431-0495. If you know anyone who has a family that are currently living in an apartment and is looking to upsize, get a new home, townhome, give them a call, because right now we have an initiative where we're going to get 100 families moved into a new home in 2019. So once again, give us a call at 469-431-0495. On behalf of the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, and the Insurance Diva, Ms. Brandy Jackson, I'm your host, Rick Davis, and I want to thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you all next week.